Hi, you guys. I had written the speech, and it was really fire and brimstone. And when I got here and saw all these kids, I thought, oh boy, I better turn this down a little bit. I guess you could look at what I'm about to say is me kind of at least giving the Republicans a little bit of a kick. So I'm going to be giving it to a lot of people here. Even though this is so beautiful, I usually say it's. When I was in Ohio this weekend giving a speech, I was looking through my iPhone and I was looking at pictures of my daughter, and I was like, gosh, why am I here? How did I end up here? And the point is if we don't make a stand right now, if we don't do something right now, our government is going to sell us down the river. And it is not just, the Republicans or the Democrats. It is not just left versus right. It is us versus them.
That's right.
That's what's going on. It is the citizens of the United States against the corrupt lobbyists, the politicians who are selling us down the river, and the corporations that are doing the same.
Right.
So, thank you. And then thanks for the support. And asking myself these things, I started to wonder, how did I end up getting here? And let me tell you a little story about my business. I started in 2003, I started a screen printing shop where I did manual screen printing. And I got so much business, I didn't know what to do with it. So this lady come to my shop and she said, listen, I'm going to help you out, just sub your jobs to me. So I went to check out her shop. And she shows me around. She's got a $50,000 screen printing machine. And she says, I got that from the government because I hire minorities. And I said, oh. And she said, I got 4 employees right here that make $4 an hour. And I said, how do you get away with that? She says, the government subsidizes the rest. And I said, whoa. And at the time, in 2003, I was too stupid to go, I'm the government. I'm paying for my competition through my taxes. But I was too, so I said, let me sub these jobs out. For 8 months, I subbed those jobs out, and eventually it just kept coming back wrong. Because she didn't have to work to learn what she was doing. All she had to do was she didn't know anything. She just got a government subsidy to run a shop like mine, except 10 times more expensive. So eventually I had to just stop using her because every job came back so bad. And then she gets on the phone and starts calling my customers. Because in the t-shirt business, all your customers are on the front of your shirts. So she gets on the phone and starts calling all my customers. And now I'm truly in competition with the government in a t-shirt business.
Yeah.
And so finally, 3 years later, after the fact, I've got 2 automatic screen print machines. I've got a 6-head embroidery machine, laser engravers, etc. I've got 10 employees, half of which are minorities. All start at $10 an hour, bare minimum. So she's actually out of business, and that screen print machine is in a junk pile that she got from the government. And so it just lets you know, the government is the worst spender of money that we have. Why would you allow them to spend anything? Who did more to help minorities?
We did.
Right? Who did more for the economy? I did. So that's my little story about that, but let me give you 2 things. If the government is spending money, they're only doing it for 2 reasons. They're spending money for one reason, to try to get votes from a subsection of that they've managed to single out. You guys, I can help you guys, and you guys, I can help you guys. So they're trying to get votes from different minority subsections of the community. The second thing the reason that the government does anything is just simply to rob you blind. They just know that they can take your money and they want to give it to their friends. Now, let me tell you guys another story. When I was sitting in my office, these are just kind of stories about how the government gets it wrong. When I was sitting in my office, one of my employees came in and said, listen, the mayor of Dallas is going to build a $550 million hotel down in downtown Dallas. And I said, wow, that guy must be rich. And he goes, no, the city of Dallas is going to build a $550 million hotel that the city's going to own. And I thought, I got to do something about this. Coincidentally, the mayor of Dallas used to build hotels for a living. That's what he did. And then he comes to Dallas and thought, what does this town need? Oh yeah, you know what? It could use another hotel. I got friends that do that. Let me get on the horn. In a time when right now we've got all these different hotels that are going into foreclosure. This was in the Dallas Morning News like a week ago. So this is the kind of thing that we're not really paying attention to. But I want to say, I've been going to the Tea Parties for a while, so I went to the Tea Party, decided to run for city council. Anything I could do, just get up and go do something, use it as a bully pulpit to just talk about this hotel. And I went down and I went to a Tea Party, and there was a family, and they all had "Don't Tread on Me" t-shirts on, and there was a guy that had a sign that said, "Don't just say no to socialism." And I thought to myself, that's my kind of guy. So I went up to him and I said, you know what? I'm John J. Myers, and I'm running against the idea that they're going to put a hotel in downtown Dallas. And the guy looks at me and goes, Well, I'm for that hotel. And the thing, ladies and gentlemen, if we don't start getting the idea that, that the important lesson to this story is just that a lot of times we get together, we talk about the Constitution, we talk about socialism, but if it's okay for one group or if it helps us, we're kind of like, oh, it's okay. Well, it's not okay. It's never okay to go against the Constitution of the United States.
No.
And it is never okay to okay socialism.
That's right.
Ever.